Hello everyone, odedex here. Welcome to episode 103 of my Since Let's Play. So I'm back here at my Stark Bee breeding area. I got myself already 2 cycles of those Stark Bees. I keep rebreeding, and I'm still working on the third apiary to finally yield Stark Bees. However, I did get already enough Stark drones to already extract the Stark genome, and already started applying it to other princesses. And one thing you can see here already, which is actually quite interesting and also good to know, I only had this shimmerleaf flower when I first placed them, but now there is this one as well. So this is pretty much confirms 100% that this magic flower aspect that they're looking for is those special flowers, and I very much would assume that the same as the shimmerleaf flowers work, would pretty much assume that the desert flowers, the ones that generate the cinder pearls, those that generate blaze powder, are also suffice. Will also suffice as those type of flowers. All right, so unlike the Stark bees or those further mutations, the 5 aspect bees, the bees that you can make by combining aspects, don't think they need an actual strong aura node nearby. They will only need the fact that they only need those flowers, the magic flowers. So the way you create them, you simply combine a drone or a princess, and I'm gonna need both to make sure that I can sustain the genome. So this is why currently I'm applying the Stark genome on princesses as well. They're gonna simply need to apply a specific shard and some aspects, and you get the specific drone. Every aspect bee will generate different type of combs. You should be able to see them right here. Maybe here. Or I guess not. Looking, for example, for the watery comb for the water bee, and I'm pretty sure it's called the watery comb, but I'm not seeing it here. I guess this doesn't pick it up. The NEI doesn't pick those combs up. Anyway, all of those, they all generate products specifically that are related to Thaumcraft and can be used directly as aspects or something along those lines. So I'd like to have just a single strain, like a single bee of each strain, just keep generating those products. So although I'm really not short on anything in terms of aspects, I've got pretty much everything. I think it will be nice to have at least one of each of those bees available to me. So as you can see, okay, I just finished applying the first Stark species serum to the first princess, but let's actually start creating the drones as well, because you need both drones and princesses. So I can even start creating the first one. So let's quickly store this in here, process this, and let's do one at a time. So let's start with the first in the book, which I think is air. Let's infuse it with an air shard. I'm going to need motion and aura. Motion, I think both of those aspects are found in the actual aura shards, so that's a good thing to note. So let's get it and see here. So place the Stark princess on the table, place the shard. Already got enough motion. Aura, I don't, but let's see, do I have any of those bottles, any of those files with spare? This is motion, this is what I already have. Yeah, I guess not. Okay, so I need 40 aura, which is basically 5 shards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And that should give me, oh wait, I need 15 more. I thought for some reason that each one has 8 of those aspects. Alright, so this gives me the aura princess. And now for the drone, it's gonna be the same cost, but this one will give me the aura drone, and I'm doing this to make sure that I keep the strain perfect and not accidentally lose it by combining the princess with something else. This should give me what? I just threw inside something and it didn't go. Oh wait, oh I need 5 more. Okay, and that gives me the drone. Alright, so let me start setting up a section, an area. And by the way, I see the dangerous on the bottom left. I know you guys can see it. It was here also in the previous episode in case you missed it. By crafting my wither skeleton skull trap, I used a lot of ore, and this is the result. I'm still not sure what will be the consequences of that, and I'm still waiting for something bad to happen. So far nothing too great had happened, but yeah, I'm really preparing myself for the worst. If suddenly a ton of endermen come here and steal my house, I won't be surprised, really. I won't be very happy about it, but I won't be surprised. Alright, let me start setting up an area for the future bees, Thaumcraft bees, because I'm gonna place them roughly around here instead of my normal section. So let me prepare that. Okay, so in the process of preparing my new bee section, which contains everything here, I did get 2 more princesses, so let's get the 2 extra strains as well. One is the next one being the fire one, and the water one. So again, the shards should contain all the required information. So let's start with the fire one. Start with the princess. If I accidentally place an old princess, does it work? No, you actually need it will only work with the Stark princess. So again, the shard contains all the information you may require. Do I have ignis and potentia from other sources? Like here, for example. This is corpus, this is ignis. And do I have potentia? Doesn't seem like it. I guess not. So it doesn't. Oh, it actually does help me a little bit, because you need more fire than you need. Yeah. Okay. So let's throw 12 of those. So I need to reach 15 the count, and that means there are 24 here. So 2 more of those to complete the fire aspect. And it gives me the fire princess. And now let's get the drone as well. So another 12 of those. And 2 of those. Which gives me the drone. Alright, so this is done with. And now the water ones. So this, and the shards. So I'm gonna require, do I have aqua? Either aqua or ice. Again, I have a feeling that I don't. Yeah, neither one. So I'm gonna need 20 of each anyway. So this for the first one. And for the second one. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and let me set up the actual bee area. You guys see me done it before. It's going to be very similar to what I have right here. Let me quickly set it up and set up the bees then. Okay, so the area is set up. For the time being, I'm using apiaries, not alvearies, even though I can actually afford creating some. I'm gonna not do it for the time being. I set up 8 for now, although there are only 5 aspect ones and future ones as well, but for now only 8. Actually, even 8 is more than only, because it's more than enough. Okay, so I'm gonna save 1 slot for also in actually having a Stark bee rebreeding itself. Let's start by having this one here, this one here, and this one here. And now you're gonna see they're gonna complain. Actually, oh, that's an hostile environment because I'm in a mini jungle right now. I should have seen it before. Okay, let's try something new. Let me get those 3 out of here. Let's try using the extra beast tier 3 machines again. I did catch 1 serum at some point with 2 tolerance 2 towards anything. Let's see what their current tolerance is. Realizer. Alright, currently their tolerance is nothing towards nothing. So let's try and apply Ooh, they have some effects. They're fastest. Oh, those bees are perfect. But their fertility is really low. Maybe I should try using soul frames with them that increases fertility and even try to extract all those aspects from them. Anyway, I did get tolerance to serum aspect at some point, although I did not I did not improve it. There we go. Both temperature tolerance and there is also humidity tolerance, I think. There we go. Only one though. Okay, so I'm going to boost them first, but then I'm going to try and use them and apply those to those bees, which, as far as I'm concerned, those serums should actually stick to the future generations as well. So I'm going to let that happen. I also decided to inspect the other ones, and this one, the Ignis Queen, has a flammable effect, which means it will set me on fire every time I get near it. So I guess I should also apply effect cancellation on this one. Although this one has some really good temperature tolerances, so why doesn't it... why was it unhappy, or did I just take it before it was actually getting any opportunity to do anything? Okay, so actually this one is fine. It will soon complain it has no flowers because there are indeed no flowers here. Okay, this one is... Okay, only those two actually require something. This one should actually not complain. It has a very nice tolerance for both humidity and temperature. Could even try to extract that, although it won't be very successful. There we go, no flowers. So whenever I get that no flowers, I can actually use that. My red powder quarry has been mining cinder pearls completely. It wasn't breaking the blaze powder, I was actually getting cinder pearls, so I can use that and place them nearby. However, the moment I do that, they're gonna start setting me on fire because they have flowers, meaning they're working. They should stop complaining. There we go. And in theory, they should start stinging me now. Or not. Although I did notice that both the other bees have positive effects. One is cleansing, I guess it removes negative potion effects, and this one gives you swiftness. I guess when you run by, you suddenly get a positive speed buff. So I guess maybe it's only towards enemies, the flammable effect, because usually those bees look nice, like they shouldn't be bad for you. I wanted to try and let's try placing soul frames in all the apiaries, or at least whatever is running at the moment, so can try and maybe increase their fertility. Because soul frames encourage mutations, but it also encourages fertility increase. So let's try and do that then. Okay, so while waiting for my temperature and humidity tolerance serums to cook themselves up, I did get 2 more extra Stark princesses and bee and drones to finally complete the set of the Thaumic bees. And it actually, exactly after those 5 princesses, the serum gave up and now requires charging again. Alright, so the final 2 that I'm missing are Earth, I think, and Vis. So let's get those 2. I'm seeing Mutatio on Vis, and I don't recall... Does Vis has Mutatio? Yeah, it doesn't have Mutatio, so I'm gonna need to get that from someplace else. Most preferably nether warts, because I just have so many of them. Yep, there we go. So let's start with the Earth Bee, the Earth Princess and Drone. So place 2 of those shards here. Place this. I already have apparently everything that I need from the nearby sources, and also for the drone. Nice. Good thing I'm collecting all of those things around here. And for the Vis Bee, I need 40 Precantio and 24 Mutatio. Do I have any of those available here? I do have Precantio. And probably I do not have the Mutatio, and correct, I don't. So I need the warts for them. So 5 of those and 24 of those, each one. 24 and 5. So that's princess. And again, 24 and 5. I'm gonna quickly let the golem here do his rounds. And there we go. Okay, so my fire bee is about to finish breeding. I'm gonna like to see if the soul frame actually generated an extra drone. And you know what, for that to happen, I'm gonna quickly break the redstone, or actually just break this. Okay, let's just quickly break this. I want to see if indeed it will help generate more bees. And in the meantime, I'm also gonna let those bees breed here and see if they also have a problem with the temperature. Yeah, this one also has a problem. And I guess the green one also has a problem. Okay, that's interesting. Let's also place those frames here quickly. And I want to see what both their problems are. So for the Precantio bee, it has no effect. It's relatively bad in terms of speed and lifespan. He has 0 tolerance, and it says not too much. It likes normal climate and it has 0 tolerance towards everything. And this bee, effect mining? What? Will it give me a mining buff or something? Normal climate, very bad tolerance. Basically, those bees should be placed in normal, like the usual plains kind of biome. I would expect them to be kind of like respective to where they are. For example, the water bee to be only be placed in the ocean or something, but apparently that's not the case. They are all normal and kind of odd, really. Okay, I have the humidity tolerance, and I'm not sure if that will be even helpful, but I'm going to try. So let's try it on humidity tolerance. Let's give it a try on this air bee. So let's see if that will work for it. Okay, and it does seem like either that the soul frame did not help or it's not supposed to help, but I could try and extract the fertility of some other bee which has a very high fertility and apply it to that bee. I'm going to need to find a specific one that does that. It's going to take some time, but it's a side project I'm going to keep. This is also going to take a while. So yeah, let's wait for that to finish. Okay, so while waiting for that bit to finish getting the tolerance added to her, decided it will be a nice idea to come here and visit my quarry again. It's a good thing to come here so often to see how it does, make sure there are no problems. Usually there shouldn't be any problems. As long as my collection chest never gets full, and as long as there are no issues with power, so far there haven't seemed to be any issues yet. And I think you guys can also kind of, it's a good measure for you guys to know how much I'm playing off screen. You guys can pretty much measure how long it takes to go 1 square forward. I think it's roughly 5 minutes. And since this quarry is running all the time, it's never stopping. As long as I'm in game, it's running. It's kind of a nice way to measure how long have I been. And yeah, so far everything seems to be fine. There shouldn't be any issues with tracks are available, cobblestone is available, torches are available, everything is here, everything is working. In theory it should never break. And yeah, it's pretty nice. I like coming here every so often. And by the way, the cinder pearls that I have on me are from actually this age. Sometimes there are cinder pearls here on the top layer, you can actually see them right here. And the block breakers do not break them into blaze powder like that. They actually break them as if they had silk touch and break them completely whole, and you get the flower itself instead of the blaze powder. Okay, so I got my Aura Queen, had its humidity tolerance to go to both towards 1. I have a feeling it's still not going to be enough actually, because the jungle has 90% humidity, and if I look at the Apiary's database, I'm pretty sure that 90%, if you look at normal, like, where is it? Let's try. Can I do something? Actually, need to breed them to look at them. Okay, you can actually look at the climate. Normal isn't exactly jungle. Or you know what, maybe it's fine? You know what, maybe it's fine. But I'm going to first apply also the tolerance serum as well. So let's do that first. Actually, let's apply the temperature to all of them. Actually, oh wait, that's the human. Let's apply the humidity tolerance to all of them. This one is down 2. I rather apply both 1 because this area is hotter and this is also down 1. Let's apply both 1. Okay, so some numbers while waiting for things to move. In the meantime, this chest got full of iron swords. I got myself a full barrel, completely full of bones, a third of a barrel full of coal, and more than a stack of withered skeleton skulls. So I can pretty much call that farm working and very much efficient, I think, because it requires 0 maintenance. And the only thing I really don't like is all that experience building up and actually causing some lag. It's worse than you might think. That sometimes it may even cause a crash because the game is storing so much information regarding that experience, that location and quantity and all that junk, and considering the fact that it's pointless, there is no reason for it to be there. But for now, just like this, yes, it will be fine. And of course, the golems are not being hurt, don't need to replace them, nothing. So I'm getting this nice amount of skeleton skulls, the wither skulls, and eventually we'll be able to use them for something quite useful. Still did not encounter any quartz yet. I decided to do some research, and apparently quartz is definitely higher than diamond, but it should be lower than sea height level. And if I'm not mistaken, sea height is considered to be height 60. And my lowest quarry is still like around about 80. Yeah, this is my lowest quarry. And this may be right about the same. Now this one is lowest. Still at height 79, so I'm not quite there yet. I'm really looking forward to already getting some quartz and starting to use applied energistics. The more I'm thinking about it, the more ideas I'm getting to how to use it, and the more I really want to have it more. So, in theory, it should be an extremely useful tool. It's basically kind of a tool. It's a mod that lets you build a network of, imagine logistics pipes, but it's so much more than that, in theory. However, logistics pipes do have their upsides versus applied energistics, but it is very much useful, especially when logistics pipes are still not updated to 1.4.7. So it's a very nice tool to have. Alright, so I'm still waiting on those bees to do their job. I did actually, that's something interesting that I really want to share with you guys. I did notice that lately I'm using a ton of buildcraft power, a ton of it, and I'm not joking. I'm using a lot, and all the buildup of energy that I had here is it's depleting very fast. So I did look into what was potentially the problem that I did have with alloy furnaces, and apparently there wasn't any problem. I was managing it wrong. So the thing is, the issue that I had, let me actually get some examples, and you know what, even let me try and get this thing running the way I wanted it to, or at least getting close to it. I'm gonna need a diamond handsaw. Better yet, let's just steal one out of here. I did make a couple of extra ones. Oh wait, no, I made the diamond drop plates, not a handsaw. Okay, so let's make a new handsaw. So this, and some sticks. So, get myself a handsaw, and let's get enough materials to create some silicon bolts. So the problems that I had previously, right now, the way it's set up right now, the alloy furnace will not interact with the fabricator. And I thought it was an issue with red power, but apparently it wasn't. Because it seems like the blue electric idle furnace is a lot more sensitive towards direction than I thought it was. So the problem is that this inventory slot is only interactable from the right side of the alloy furnace, and it's something that I wasn't expecting, and it's actually something interesting, and it's something that I can fix. So if I move this alloy furnace, say over here, so that right side is interacting with the fabricator, and rotate this one. I don't think you can actually rotate an alloy furnace. I'm going to break this and replace this one like this, and now both of them are facing this way. If I take, for example, this one away from here, right now I have 7 stacks, right? If I cook an additional stack right here, because here I can, you're going to see that first it gets used and it got made up here. And that's something that I did not know in the previous time that I was dealing with it, so I simply gave up on automating the entire process of creating solar panels. But the fact, as it is right now, that I really need to automate crafting it, I'm in a dire need of those solar panels. So you know what, maybe it will be a good time to finally get to do that. So let's get there. So let's move this fabricator right here. That one was generating the solar panels. So let's paste the recipe. This one is making the blue silicon balls. Those are cutting them into silicon wafers. Now to, again, interact, I think actually this time, yeah, then I'm going to move them manually into blue electric alloy furnaces. So this is irrelevant here. Let me get a couple of things. Okay, so right from that fabricator, let's extract the silicon balls away from here. Let's extract them 16 at a time, using a timer that will currently I will not place. And I'm gonna send them into those blue alloy furnaces. So let's quickly remove them because they're gonna require to be rearranged, and send them to, I think I cannot send them from the side, or can I? That will be a good thing to test. Okay, no. Especially not into that side, because that side is the wrong inventory. Can I send them into that side? Nope, I can't. Only to the top, I guess. So I'm going to need to just, let's go up. That will be easier. So say I want as many of those as I can, though I can only eventually have let's do 1, 2, and 3, and the fourth one will be for the ingots. Now obviously this is kind of half automatic because I'm still going to dump the materials on my own, but it's gonna be kind of fire and forget and eventually come back and have a ton of panels available. So this is kind of nice. Okay, so assuming this will create blue alloy ingots, let's dump the first in here. Let's paste the recipe, and those don't need it in the recipe, just can start the timer. Or actually no, let's dump a bunch of Nicolite first. So let's place as many Nicolite in each as possible. I don't have a lot of inventory space, that's a problem. But other than that, should be relatively fine. Okay. Okay, so now from here, what can I do is simply turn on the timer. Each one of those got itself 8 stacks of Nicolites. It's gonna last the longest. I'm also gonna probably need to break some solar panels and actually move them over there to connect some of those alloy furnaces into the actual network, because right now they're disconnected out of it, as they're too far. So here, here, and here. And if I turn it on, it will start dumping out those silicon wafers, and once they're cooked, and by the way, let's also dump some silver and Nicolite in here, and also probably should connect this one as well into the network. So this will also cook some blue alloy ingots. These 3 alloy furnaces will cook blue doped wafers, and the moment this fabricator realizes there are 8 surrounding blue alloy wafers. You can see it creates a solar panel. So this is the part that I was missing, is the fact that that output inventory face is only at the side that it visually makes sense in terms of the alloy furnace. And it's something, some other mods do that as well, but most of them treat all the side faces the same and the top and the bottom differently. The only one that actually took it one step further is thermal expansion, which just simply lets you define whatever you want. But most mods treat the top and the bottom as one slot and the sides as a different slot, but they're only like 2 faces. So was quite unfamiliar with that, but there you go. I had an error and hopefully made up for you guys. Just about to finish with the humidity. Got 3 of those already done. Looking for the 3rd one. And it's taking its time. By the way, the water one, the Aqua Queen, apparently had both one, and the inoculator kept trying to inject it to it. Now I don't know, because if the default humidity that the Aqua Queen is normal to is damp, and not normal, or whatever reason, but yeah, apparently it just kept trying to inject it into that queen. And also, just kind of as a side project, I also started creating some alveoles, because I have a feeling that even though I'm injecting all those bees and everything, it probably will be the wisest to simply start building alveoles and build the respective blocks that modify temperature and humidity. That will simply be the easier way and the right way to do it in my mind. So yeah, I started collecting those. I have enough materials to build 3 alveoles at the moment, even though the actual building process does take time, and that's what I started saving right now, saving some time. So while I'm injecting them, also building some alveoles. Alright, so completely wasted the humidity tolerance serum. Didn't finally get the Solemn Queen, but anyway, I'm gonna try and start applying the temperature tolerance to all the rest of those bees and see how that turns out. And yeah, so gonna continue charging everything up, continue inoculating those bees and adding some more solar panels, and hopefully getting everything worked out eventually. Alright, so as always, thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.